Jai Hind to all of you. I am Dr. Himani Garg, working as professor in Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at Akgec Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today I am going to discuss about diversity. That is an important topic used in wireless and mobile communication. As you know, in wireless and mobile communication, number of signals are being transmitted with the wireless manner from a transmitter to a receiver. So there are very much losses inside this wireless channel. So we will be discussing about the diversity technique for improving these losses. So my PPT will include diversity combining techniques that includes selection combining, threshold combining, equal gain combining, maximum ratio combining, and then I will discuss about spatial diversity and multiplexing in MIMO systems. Now, first coming to the diversity. One of the technique is to improve received signal quality. In wireless, as I have already told you, a signal is passing through different, when a signal is passed from the transmitter, in between, in the channel, it will be reflected by different obstructions. Then at the receiver, the aim of the diversity is to improve the received signal quality. How we are doing this? Transmitting multiple copies of the signal in different paths or branches. We will be transmitting multiple copies of the same signal through different paths. Signal propagating through the different paths will have different SNR. Now we are simulating all these things. So we will be having the different communication channels in which different SNRs will be there, and these paths must be highly uncorrelated. As you can see in this diagram, as I have told you, so if this is the base station transmitter and this is the mobile station, that is the receiver, and this is the base station, that is the transmitter. In between transmitter and receiver, there is a wireless link, and in between there are number of obstructions are there. Between this, due to this obstruction, there will be reflection of the signal. There can be diffraction or scattering. So we are getting at the receiver, you are getting multiple copies of the same signal. Now to improve the quality of the received signal, we will be using the diversity technique. Now what we are doing in diversity, this will be shown here. Diversity techniques are used for improving the reliability of a message signal by utilizing two or more communication channels with different characteristics. Two communication channels are there with different characteristics, multiple versions of the same signal. As we have seen in this last slide, that we are at the receiver, we are getting the multiple copies of the same signal. So here also we will be having multiple versions of the same signal may be transmitted and or received and combined in the receiver. Now in this figure, you can see here you are having the signal and two channels are there, and in between we are having the interference signals are there and Gaussian noise that is affecting this particular channel. This is channel 1 and this is channel 2. In the figure, different independent fading paths are shown with different CIRs, interference ratio, HIT to HIN, and the distortion in the signal is observed due to addition of interfering signals I1, interfering signals from I1 to IN, and white Gaussian noise. Now here I am taking the example of two channels, but here we can have n number of channels can be there. The strongest signal at the receiver, the signals are combined and equalization technique is used, and the best signal out of the multiple signals is considered. The signal can be further equalized to receive the digital signal with minimum bit error rate. Now the idea of diversity must be clear to all of you. Here we are considering multiple channels. In this example, I am talking about two channels, and the signal can be transferred through different channels, and in between the channel there can be different interfering signals can be there, Gaussian noise can be there. At the receiver end, all these signals will be combined together, and then the best signal will be considered, and after considering the best signal, we can apply equalization technique so as to improve the bit error rate. So this is the main purpose of diversity, to extract the main transmitted signal with minimum channel effects out of many versions of the signal received. Now, depending upon the type of fading, diversity techniques have been categorized as two types of categories are there: micro diversity and another is macro diversity. Now, what is this micro diversity? These techniques are used in small scale fading environment. Two antennas are separated by a fraction of meter. Small scale fading, that is for the small distances is there, and the distance between the antennas here is about a fraction of a meter. Whereas macro diversity, these techniques are used in large scale fading environment. Antennas are quite far apart and not shadowed. Fading, the signal level will drop, and slow fading and fast fading, that already you know that that depends upon the distance. In the same way, for micro diversity, for small scale fading, the distance of the antennas will be less, whereas for micro diversity, that is for large scale antennas, large scale fading, the size distance between the antennas will be large. Now, we can divide the diversity techniques into space diversity, polarization diversity, angle diversity, frequency diversity, and time diversity. Another term, that is a joint diversity, that can be the combination of any one of these any two of these diversities. Now, what is this space diversity? It is a microscopic or macroscopic diversity technique. Space separation of half of the wavelength is sufficient to obtain two uncorrelated signals. So, there will be a difference of half of wavelength between the two signals in the case of space diversity. In the case of polarization diversity, obstacles take at their waves differently depending upon their polarization. When the signals or the waves are being transmitted, then they will be striking the obstructions, and there will be effect in the polarization of that particular signal, and it will be different for different waves. Antennas can transmit either a horizontal or vertical polarized wave. When both waves are transmitted simultaneously, received signals will exhibit uncorrelated fading statistics. So, this is the case when we are using both combination of horizontal and vertical polarization. Angle diversity. The received signal arrive at the antenna by several paths, each with a different angle of arrival. The signal components can be isolated by using directional antennas. So, as you can see here in diversity, the signals, we are transmitting the signals. So, there can be a difference in the wavelength of that signals. There can be variation in the polarization of that signals. There can be variation in the angle of that signals. In the case of frequency diversity, information is transmitted on more than one carrier frequency, because the frequency is separated by more than the coherence bandwidth of the channel will not experience the same type of fading. Now, when we talk about time diversity, multiple versions of the same signal are transmitted at different time instants. So, all these are diversities, techniques of diversities, and joint diversity is a combination of any of the above. That can be polarization or space, you can mix, or angle on polarization. So, these are the different polarization techniques. Now, when I talk about space diversity, where there is a half wavelength distance between the different waves, when the signal is being combined at the reception end, there can be different types. That can be selection combining, threshold combining, maximal ratio combining, or equal gain combining can be there. Now, we will see the different circuits or the block diagrams which are used for these types of combining techniques. So, first is selection combining. This is the simplest technique. It is based on the principle of selecting the best signal. In diversity, we are talking about multiple copies of the same signal at the receiver. So, at the receiver end, in selection combining, when you are getting a multiple signals, then out of these multiple signal, which one is the best, that will be selected. So, this is the simplest thing among all the signals received from different branches. Scheme can be represented as follows. You can see there are different antennas are there having different gain switching, gain stages, switching logic or demodulators, and output. Now, we are at the receiver, we are receiving in diversity technique, different signals are being received, and out of these techniques, which one is the best one will be selected. Threshold. As the name suggests, threshold, that means we are keeping a particular level of threshold. Any signal that is above threshold will be considered. Threshold combining is a specified form of selection diversity that is less expensive to implement. Here, a limited number of signals are considered for the extraction purpose. Now, rather than considering all the signals, here we are considering a limited number of signals using a threshold level. So, the criteria that will be used will be the threshold level. Scanning and feedback mechanisms are used. Why scanning and feedback? Because we are continuously scanning the signal and a feedback is being provided so as to check whether it is above the threshold or below the threshold. So, you can see there is a switching control at the receiver end, switching control is there. short-term average, and comparator. Now, how we know that in electronics we use comparators so as to compare two values. Two voltage ranges can be compared, two signals can be compared. Here we are having multiple signals we are receiving. Short-term average of the signals is taken, and then here a preset threshold is taken that is given to the comparator. Out of these signals, the signal that is above the threshold will be considered. So this is called threshold combining technique. Now, equal gain combining, that is also called EGC, is better than selection diversity and is almost as good as maximum ratio combining that we will discuss, but is less complex in terms of signal processing and feedback part. In the case of last topic, we were in the last technique, we had seen that we had to use a feedback mechanism so as to see whether the signal is above threshold or not. But in this case, no feedback is required. The idea behind this technique is, you can see here, different equal gain combining. Different signals are being received and different branch weights are given to different signals, and then co-phase signals are summed, and then at the output we are adding all these signals, and all the signals being summed together, that signal will be received. Rather than taking out the particular signal, we are providing equal gain to all these. Branch weight is there, gain is selected, and then co-phasing of the signal is done and addition of the signals is done so as to get the equal gain combining technique. Maximum ratio combining, that is similar to equal gain combining. Now you can see here it is different from the earlier one because here we are having a detector. Now this detector will decide the size, branch weight. More noise limited without interference MRC results in best SNR, signal to noise ratio. Here all the incoming signals from all the M branches, M number of branches, are weighted according to their individual signal voltage to noise ratio. So every weighting of these branches will be according to the individual signal to noise ratio. All the individual signals must be co-phased. These individual signals, each individual signal will be co-phased before being added. This requires an individual receiver circuitry and a phasing circuit for each antenna. Now, for each antenna, each signal will be co-phased, then it will be combined. It produces an acceptable signal to noise ratio combining two other techniques rather than the other techniques. Here the signal to noise ratio will be higher because when we are taking this all the signals together, co-phasing we are using number of receivers or antennas, we are adding all the signals by co-phasing them, and then the signal that will be received at the output will be having better signal to noise ratio. Now, the last thing that we have to discuss, that is spatial diversity and multiplexing in MIMO system. MIMO, multiple input, multiple output. Here, presently for different types of multi-antenna systems can be categorized based on the diversity. Input and output refer to the number of antennas. Single input, single output, that is called a SISO, no diversity, because we are having single input is there and single output, whereas in the case of diversity, we always say that there are multiple signals that are being received. Single input, multiple output, that is the receiver diversity, because input is one and multiple outputs are there, so the diversity will be at the receiver end. Multiple input, single output, MISO systems, multiple input, multiple output, that is MIMO, transmit, receive diversity. Multiple input, single output, transmit diversity. So wherever there will be the multiple signals, diversity will be at that particular end. Now, MIMO offers greater spectral efficiency as compared to CISO, CMO and MISO systems, higher data rates, greater range, increased number of users and enhanced reliability. As we are taking multiple input, multiple signals are being transmitted by different antennas and multiple signals are being received by different receiver antennas. That's why it will increase the spectral efficiency, high data rate, greater range, increased number of users and enhanced reliability. A MIMO system consists of several antenna elements plus adaptive signal processing. Multiple antennas are there, as well as adaptive signal processing is used both at the transmitter and receiver, exploit multipath instead of mitigating it. Multiple paths are used rather than we are mitigating, that we are saying that the signal is being transmitted by different paths. We are actually transmitting the signal through different transmitters and receiving through different receivers. Spatial multiplexing in MIMO. The underlying mathematical nature of the spatial multiplex MIMO, where data is transmitted over a matrix rather than a vector channel. A matrix signal is being used, create new and enormous opportunities beyond just the added diversity of array gains benefits the spectrum efficiency. You can see in this multiple antennas. Here modulation and mapping is there. Multiple signals are there. Bit signal to parallel conversion is there. Here we are having MIMO transmitter. B1 is there. B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. So multiple versions of the same signal is being transmitted by different antennas. A1, A2, A3, it is transmitting from B3. It is transmitting B1, B2, B3, all these signals. These are being transmitted. And at the receiver, we are having the multiple MIMO receiver. Multiple input, multiple output is there. Then we are having signal processing stage here. And then after signal processing, you are getting the received signal at this point. We send multiple signals. The receiver learns the channel matrix and inverts it to separate the data. So this is the case of spatially multiplex MIMO system. So these are my references. So I hope you must have understood what we mean by diversity, where multiple signals are being transmitted and multiple signals received. And out of these received signals, the best one is selected so that we are having higher signal to noise ratio. Thanks for watching. Thank you.